Good morning. So today the Star City Wanderers are about to take a little walk around the Greenway in Roanoke County, which is the county adjacent to the Star City of Roanoke, Virginia. We're here at the South County Library, and there is a big parking lot and an entrance to the Greenway. So we're gonna go and take a little walk, and we want to bring you with us.
Normally the library is open, and it's a pretty good library. They have an auditorium, a coffee shop, they have a kids play section. It's almost like a little amusement park but with books and other library stuff. I really like this library, and it's a pity we can't show it to you, but maybe later.
It is a Sunday morning, so the library is not open right now, and but it's nice because the parking lot is basically empty, so it's a good place to come and park and take a walk, or to bring your pups and walk your dogs. So let's take a look around. So you can see how empty the parking lot is on a Sunday morning. And we got the library here.
It just rained, so everything is really green right now.
Roanoke has greenways throughout the city and county. They are walking, jogging, and in some case biking pathways that run throughout various areas of the city. There's the Roanoke River Greenway, which runs along the Roanoke River. And then there's some other smaller greenways like the one we're on right now. That is just a pretty pathway through nature. There's lots of trees and flowers.
And grass and gravel.
So some of the greenways are gravel, like the one we're on. Some of the greenways are paved, and I believe even some of them are more like dirt pathways in the more wooded areas.
You get these little lagoons here where the water is standing and the vegetation and trees are actually growing out of it. It's a very peaceful scene. Something you can come and look at and just meditate on peace. There's always birds in the background if you're an avian aficionado, and you can come out here.
Or you like to go birding.
Yes, if you like to go birding. Mrs. Lauren and I will sometimes walk down the trail and we'll come across birds. They're actually in like the little grassland areas just getting stuff for their nest. It's peaceful. I understand why people go birding. Honeysuckle in here somewhere. I can smell it. Can you?
Mm-hmm.
So if you go down this way over here, there's actually a small park. If we go this way, there's a nice little bridge that we can go over some of the wetlands and look at the nature.
Well, they make a circle, and if you have a pup and want to bring them for a walk, they have these mutt mitt stations or you can get a little baggie to clean up your pup's business and throw it in the trash can. So that is very handy.
Hi. All right, the park's right over there.
Yep. So this part of the Greenway, it runs right into a small park and recreational area. Let's go down here and investigate the park.
If you've got any baseball fans in your life, they will definitely like it because there is a little diamond right out there.
We're at Starkey Park North on Crystal Creek Drive in Roanoke County. And we'll just take a little tour of what we have down here. There are 3 small baseball fields here.
And a little picnic area right over there. So looks like it's community based.
And let's go explore the picnic area. We have another maintenance station over here.
Okay.
And
here's some of the stuff that's normally available. Looks like it's set up to actually have concession stands and public bathrooms.
yep. But there are picnic tables, so if you brought your own snacks, you have a place to sit.
Yep.
And lots of trash cans, which is good.
I'm pretty sure that the bathrooms are locked.
Let's check it out. Nope.
No, you can use them.
The bathrooms are not locked,
Yep.
which means if you're coming down here and you need to use the restroom, you have a place to do so.
I'm actually surprised. I would have thought that the bathrooms would have been locked.
I kind of thought they might have been locked as well, which is why I wanted to check them out. I'm glad to see they're not locked. The sign did say the park was open from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. We saw someone from the Parks Department out here, so looks like he might have been emptying the trash cans. He might have been the one who unlocked the bathrooms. So I imagine the bathrooms are locked when the park is closed, but open when the park is open.
The good news is that we know that there is somebody here that takes out the trash and cleans things.
So you see that the drainage trench here is kind of full of water, so you could tell how much rain we got yesterday. And we're going to walk down. This is a pretty quiet little street. So if you're walking on the Greenway and you want to loop around, you can do so.
Hi.
The insane inner thoughts of Mr. Dustin.
I like that house, but it looks like two different sheds taped together. I was looking at like some small house footage on Facebook, and some people have been taking storage sheds and using them as the frame for their house.
Well, Mr. Dustin should be happy to know that we already live in a house that's considered a tiny house. I looked it up, and the definition of a tiny house is a house that is less than 1,000 square feet. And our house is 923 square feet. So technically, we already live in a tiny house.
Yeah, and I like it. I don't know, like some people will get like these gigantic houses and they think it's a sign of luxury, and I think, oh my gosh, there's so much maintenance that goes into a house like that.
I know, all I can think of is, why would you buy a 2,000 square foot house? Because who's gonna clean it?
Well,
You know, unless you can afford a maid.
I would say that if you have a family with enough people living in it, or if you need to store things, then it makes sense. But if it's just two people, it doesn't make that much sense to me. And if it's just one person, I think we're, as a society, we're moving towards smaller families. People are not having as many kids, so having a smaller house means less maintenance. So it makes sense to me.
Less maintenance and less cleaning.
Well, cleaning is maintenance, darling.
Cleaning is cleaning. It's not considered maintenance. It's a different category.
Okay. Well, it's an adjacent category. And pro tip, when you get married, expect these small little bickering conversations. They're not quite arguments, but they're a little bit argumentative.
Mr. Dustin, once again, thinks he's funny.
He does. I remember when I was like younger and I was working at a Walmart, and we had a guy come in. As I was younger, I was growing up in a small town in North Carolina, and we had a guy come in. I started working with us, and he was from Brooklyn, and it was like complete culture shock. And I remember walking up to the store one day, and his whole personality had changed, and he was like really bright and happy. I was like, hey man, what's going on? He's like, Dustin, you got to see this. And just a stranger walked by in the front door, and he threw up his hand. He's like, good morning, how are you? And she threw up her hand back and was like, I'm doing pretty good, how are you? And walked in the store. And he taps me and he goes, get a load of that.
So this is where this pathway, you walk down the road and up onto the sidewalk, and you turn to the left, and it connects you back to the Greenway walking path. So you can make a loop. So this part of the Greenway, they've actually built this really nice wooden walkway. I think it's because we're over top of this marshy area, and just the gravel path wouldn't work here, so they came up with an alternative.
This is a very relaxing type of marshland area. If you come out here, you can be on top of the water and you can be surrounded by greenery. And there's a lot of birds that just sort of make their home in the trees, and they collect the grass to make their nest. So if you come out here, you can just sit or stand and walk through nature and listen to the birds and listen to the sound of the wind going through the trees. It's very relaxing. If you believe in mindfulness, or if you're into meditation, then this is a good spot to come to just find your center and get some peace.
Or the nice flat boardwalk is a great place to do a little dance.
Yeah, folks, that's why I married her. She's fabulous.
What? It has this little spot here where you can pull over to the side and just enjoy the views of the marsh.
I like the one tree that's out there. So the idea of mindfulness is that you are in the moment. And with places like this where you can come and you can see the wind move the trees and move the leaves, and you can hear the birds, it's that you as a person take a minute to be in the moment, to take in all the details, and to find those small beauties that you miss if you're just running through things. So if you come out here, come on a day that maybe isn't windy, but there's a light breeze, and just listen to the birds. Just watch the leaves as they move, as the wind passes through them. You know, if you are the kind of person that's wondering why you're doing this, it's that your goal is to, set a timer, 2 to 5 minutes, and just stand and try to take in all the details for that time. Try to see and feel and hear the things that you would pass by if you were just trying to get somewhere. Don't be caught up in the past of where you've been. Don't be caught up in the future of where you're going. Just be in the moment here, listening to the birds, feeling the breeze, watching nature.
This has been Mindfulness Minute with Mr. Dustin. You are watching Star City Wanderers, and we are enjoying the nature here off the Greenway in South Roanoke County. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Here is some water surrounded by trees.
I like water surrounded by trees. All right, so if I could take a minute to talk to you about the concept of beauty. Beauty absolutely motivates everyone, but the concept of beauty has to be personal. What is beautiful to one person might not be beautiful to another. And if in your mind and in your soul you are trying to conform to someone else's standard of beauty, then you've lost the script. I think that water and nature is beautiful, but I also think that architecture and design is beautiful. I think this is glorious, but when we went to New York, I adored seeing those old, gigantic buildings that raised up to the sky. Don't sit there and try to make something that you don't think is beautiful because other people expect you to. Look within yourself and ask yourself, what is beautiful to you? Because if it's beautiful to you, then there is wonder in it. And Mrs. Lauren keeps filming because I'm beautiful to her, and I'm thankful for that.
Look at him. He's so cute and he has dimples. Dimply Dustin.
Dimply doo.
Life is in the journey. I think this is why I like to travel so much. I get as much joy out of the journey as I do from reaching the final destination. Sometimes there is nothing better than sitting in the back of a pickup truck cruising down the highway with the sun on your face and the wind in your hair.
So I got to tell you that Mrs. Lauren and I are very different in how we view travel. And because we're so different, that's how we work. Mrs. Lauren likes to have a destination in mind, and she really likes to plan. She gets so much excitement from planning the trip. I kind of like the discovery. So when we plan these trips, she doesn't tell me where we're going or what we're doing most of the time.
That was our trip to the Greenway near the South County Library in Roanoke County. We hope you all enjoyed this video, or we are Southerners, maybe I should just say y'all. We hope y'all enjoyed this video.
I'll come back now, you hear?
And if you enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe button and the like button.
And share.
And we will see you all next time. And for now, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Dustin.
And keep adventuring.